Hi, I'm Katie. I'm here just to talk about a couple things that are really pissing me off today. Okay, I can't really just let these things go because this really is absolutely opposite of what we voted for, and I'm so disappointed and disgusted and just done. I think a lot of us are. Um, First of all, we are launching a war in Venezuela, as most of you have probably heard. And, I'm not really cool with Donald Trump deciding and Lindsey Graham deciding that my son, when he turns 18, is going to go die off in some, mountain in Venezuela or Cuba or Argentina or any of the other things that the do 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 Isaac Accords really is what it's all about. In addition to the oil, and in addition to the fact that they are not a centralized banking system, they do not have a centralized banking system. So I believe that's part of the reason that we want to invade in part. And it disgusts me that they want to send our kids to die, not knowing if it's going to be a slam dunk, not knowing because they always say the same thing. It's always the same propaganda. It's always the same hasbara, okay? And it's all BS. And we're sick of it. We're done with it. We're sick of it, all right? I can't keep quiet any longer. I don't even know how many people are going to see this, but I hope a lot do. It's important. Sorry, first time using notes. So the Isaac Accords is all of Latin America getting on board with Israel first, and started by Malay in Argentina, moving his capital to Jerusalem. Machada also said same. Chile and Honduras probably now also to follow. So wonderful. Even more wars financed by the U.S. taxpayers. That's me. That's you. And we don't have a choice in it. Okay, but we do. We do. Donald Trump, I just want to say, you're fired, bro. Isn't that your signature like thing? So they say they've closed the airspace. However, there are journalists in Venezuela saying that a lot of the flights are still functioning. It's just the sanctions and the ones that America has deemed illegal to fly. So, we're just doing our thing like we do everywhere else in the world. Whether it's on behalf of Israel or on behalf of us, I think it's both, to be perfectly honest. In my opinion, okay, and this is just my opinion, I think Israel's our 51st state. Like, I really do. I really do. Our goals seem to be so aligned that there is no difference anymore. There is no difference. Zionists have taken over our Congress, our presidency, our I mean, what haven't they, honestly? Our media, our music industry, Hollywood. I mean, you can call me an anti Semite, but facts are facts. Just look at the numbers. Okay, I don't have those in front of me, but I can get those for you if you ask. Okay. We pretty much, you know, MAGA's dead. Let's just say that. MAGA is dead. MAGA is a figment of everyone's imagination. And if you're still on board with it, you really need to reevaluate why. Okay? Why are you still on board with it? Do you have children? Are your children of age to go off into these foreign wars for other countries that do not benefit us? To die possibly, or come home with PTSD and not be taken care of by the federal government? And God knows what else. Um, it's America first. Okay, it's America first. It's bring God back to America, and there's no other way. There's no other way, people. There's no other way. If you pay attention to all these other things, and I'm gonna go off on my own tangent here. Three Eye Atlas. Do you hear much about that? I mean, real information about it? No. What about all the volcanoes that have exploded recently? Maybe you should look those up. Let's talk about the solar flare that is the size of this book compared to the tip of my finger. Or, like this. It's insane. It's crazy. So, I really think that if Donald Trump wants to redeem himself, which I don't think he does, I don't think he cares. I think he cares about getting Jared Kushner rich in Gaza by letting him build his, beachfront properties and golf courses and a billionaire safe haven. Like, they're not safe enough, okay? And the AI data centers with zero regulations whatsoever. They're just going to go over there and make a disgusting mess because that's what they're already doing here. Okay, just look around you, people. Okay, and it's just disgusting. It's just disgusting. Every single thing that we voted for is being neglected and reversed. These are not good people. I 100% believe that this was always the plan. This was always the plan. Okay? Psyop the people into believing that Donald Trump's something terrible and he's the savior. Donald Trump's not the savior. Jesus Christ is the savior. And that's it. No man's coming to save us. Nobody's coming to save us. It's up to us to save us. Because you know what? They work for us, and we were all meant to be free. So, things that I think we should be concerned about. The sex slavery. United States is the number one distributor and consumer of sexual content, pornography, mostly made in Israel. And they are just pushing it as hard as they can on children. It's been going on for a really long time, but right now it's a demonic push. It's something far beyond anything that we've seen in a very long time. So we have addiction problems that are out of control, and this is due to the CIA going over to these other countries, creating these terrorist narco groups, training them, and distributing the drugs amongst the United States citizens. That's what's happening. That's what's truly going on. The suicide rates are up. The homelessness is up. The class difference is bigger than ever. The border's not closed. Deportations have halted. There are hundreds of thousands of Chinese people coming over. Okay. Well, if we start a war in Venezuela, guess what that's going to cause? A flood of more people who have been trained to be narco-terrorists by our Central Intelligence Agencies and others around the world to be horrific murderers and drug dealers. And that's what they've been doing for a very long time and getting away with it. But the difference is we are all waking up, and that is important to me. We all need to wake up to what is going on in this world. We are being run by thugs. We are being run by criminals. We are being run by people who break the laws because they can rewrite the laws or just say, shut up, you little person. And I'm so over it. I'm so over it. We have the power. Without us, they don't have anything. And we need to remember that. And we need to come together. And we need to stop the black-white, the gay-straight, the left-right. Because all of it doesn't exist unless you make it exist. And that's what they've done. They've made it exist. Okay? They want to push these evil things upon us. And it's disgusting. It's literally sickening to my stomach to think about, to know about, not just think about, but to know about, okay? And we've got to come together, you guys. Like, we just have to. There's no other way. We cannot fight this in different factions, okay? These factions are going after the wrong things. What we need to be going after are the people that are spraying us with poison on a daily basis. The people that are poisoning us in the most should be most sacred areas of our health, in our doctor's office, in our homes, okay? They are attacking us with our water, with our air, with our food. They want to get rid of red meat. Bill Gates just released a tick that will bite you, and now you're allergic to red meat. Your lips can swell. You can have an anaphylactic shock from it. I just had an allergy test done and spoke broadly about this new beef allergy or red meat allergy that's just come out of nowhere. You know, it's just insane. We're fighting the wrong people. Do you understand that? Anthony Fauci is still walking around this planet living his life like it's nothing. Like it's not like nothing happened. Why? Why are we allowing this? Legally, we have the right to fix this. This is our country, our government. We're in charge of it. We need to take back the control. We need to come together as one nation under God and figure this out together. The only thing is Jesus Christ, truth, beauty. And that's it. You, truth, okay? And the more truth you spread, the more they'll hit you. And we know who they is, right? Hashtag who is they. Shout out to Candace Owens, my favorite podcaster, next to Ian Carroll. Dee Dee got a podcast. Baron Coleman. A lot of the younger people and some of the older. Tucker Carlson. I love me some Tucker Carlson. Anti-Semite, give me a break. Played out, just like you overplayed your race card. It's played out. It's played out. And I don't know whether to think, like, are they just really that desperate at this point, or is something else going on? Because when things are happening, the big things are happening, you've got to look right, you've got to look left, you've got to look behind, you've got to look in front, vice versa. You've got to figure it all out. What else is happening? Okay. Meanwhile, we've got our Department of War secretary posting cartoons about taking out Venezuelans. Who does that remind you of? I mean, it's not funny, but it's so disgusting. What else can you do? Okay? And Department of War? What? I thought we were going for Department of Peace. Isn't that what we talked about? Isn't that what we voted for? Sorry, too close to the camera. Shout out to Coach Colin. So I guess I'm just going to wrap up a little bit for now. I'm going to try to start doing a lot more of these because I have a lot to say. And I have a lot of things that I've really dug into a lot and learned a lot about. And I think it's important that other people learn it from just regular people. Just from regular people. You can fact check it. I hope you do fact check it. Don't trust me. Don't trust anyone. Do your due diligence. Figure it out. You hear an idea. You hear something that clicks. Figure it out. Research it. Research your research. Research that research. Because in this day and age, that's what you have to do. You have to do it. We can't just stay asleep at the wheel, you guys, because we are about 10 feet from the cliff. And that's the honest truth. And that's economically, that is housing-wise, that is going to war with the entire world, that is siding with Israel and allowing them to just completely take over our entire nation, or attempt to. I think we're all pretty awake to that as well. But after the Charlie Kirk situation, which I think is another big event, I think he didn't want these wars, and I think he was very in Donald Trump's ear about that, and I don't think he liked that. I don't think Bibi liked it very much either. Mr. Malachowski, I don't know. Is that what I should call him? I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but we'll get there. So what do we do? What do we do from here? Where do we go from here? Because I refuse to leave this mess to my kids. I refuse. I simply opt out of that option. Okay? And I don't even know if votes matter at this point, but I think collectively as a country, we should just not vote because they're not doing their jobs. They should all be fired. They should all be held accountable. Every single one. And if they're not doing their job, you gotta go, bro. Like, or sis, whatever. You gotta go. So coming together is number one. Building it from your community out. Building it from your home, from your family, from your values and morals. Taking those into the world with you. Spreading truth amongst everyone you know, everyone that will listen to you. And you'll reach some people. I think you'll be surprised if you just open up the line of conversation sometimes and you can find common ground. I mean, we have more in common than we do different. Just because I have one sign in my yard and you have a different sign in your yard, it's a fictitious thing that they have invented. It's two heads of the same snake. Do you understand that? The people that are voted in are told what to do by handlers. Most of them have two. We all know where that comes from. And, donors and lobbying and all of those things, the money, the corporations, they've got to get out of this process or it'll never work. George Washington said, any society that will give up a little liberty to gain a little security will deserve neither and lose both. And I agree. He also suggested in a speech, I'm not quoting here, that the U.S. should never permanently align with another nation. It's detrimental to us. Because ultimately that nation will have its own goals in mind. And we're stuck holding the tab, and we can't afford that anymore. We can't do that anymore. We need to focus on our children who are being radicalized in these schools. We need to focus on the family unit growing. We need to focus on the corruption. We need to focus on the PDFs. Do you understand me? The PDFs. If we do not get to the bottom of these and get these people out of our society, I don't know what we can do. At the very least, we need to be protecting the kids. Okay? We need to be protecting their future, and we need to be keeping them out of war, and we need to be protecting them at school, and we need to be protecting them everywhere. Teach them at home. Homeschool your children. Look up the statistics, okay? Because they are more successful and more socially engaged than most government-ran schools, okay? You can get through school faster. You have a shorter school day. You can learn actual skills. You can graduate early. I think I just said that. But you can build upon what actually interests you. Because what they're teaching in these schools is fed slop. It's slop. It's disgusting. We all know who wrote our textbooks as we were growing up. My generation was growing up. Robert Maxwell. So thanks for that, bro. Thanks. Appreciate that. So I guess for now that's all I'm going to get into. But there's a lot more I would like to get into. So if you enjoyed this video, just let me know. Comment, hey, a thumbs up, whatever. That would be cool. Let me know. If you want to hear some more. I'll hone my skills, I promise. Y'all have a blessed day.